to the historical Barry Auditorium, where we have the third game of 3 on Championship Saturday here at the Barry Auditorium. And the last game of the day, we always call it the most entertaining game of the day, the D3 Boys State Championship game between the number 1 seed Hazen Union Wildcats and the number 2 seed Thetford Academy Panthers. Welcome in, everybody. I am Lori Shepard alongside my partner in crime, Garrett Sicily. And Garrett, I know you've been waiting all week anticipating that it was going to be 1-2, and guess what? This whole day was filled with 1 and 2.
1 and 2 all day, and so far the guests have won both of these games in Division 4. Grace Christian coming away in the noon game, and the now 4-time defending state champion Montpelier Solons coming away. So it has not been a fair day to number 1 seeds, but this Hazen Union Wildcat team is ready. They were battle tested in the semifinals against Winooski, coming away with a 1-point win. But don't take anything away from the Thetford Academy team, battling back from 17 points down in the third quarter, coming back to win by 2. We should be in for an exciting matchup tonight, Lori.
Absolutely, Garrett. And you're talking about 2 teams, like Garrett said, battle-tested, also championship pedigree of these 2 ball clubs as well. I'll just look back on the last 5 years, and Hazen Union with a 2022 championship win, and Thetford Academy 2019 and 2020 champs as well. We could easily go back farther in time because they have piled up for Coach Xavier Hill and the Hazen Union Wildcats. The road to getting here. Let's look at the number 1 seed Hazen Union Wildcats, an opening victory 75-33 over the 16th seed Stowe. A quarterfinal win over number 8 seed Randolph Union, 56-51. And like Garrett just talked about, the huge semifinal win over the defending state champs Winooski Spartans, 41-40. On the flip side, for the number 2 seed Thetford Academy Panthers, an opening win over 15th seed Oxbow, 58-27. A quarterfinal win over Bellows Free Academy, 64-31. And then the big come-from-behind victory in their semifinal Thursday night over number 3 seed White River Valley, 60-58. And Garrett, in that game, I kept sitting here going, I just don't think Thetford's going to come back. Their big gun, Mitchell Parkman, in foul trouble right off the bat.
All game long.
Yep, 3 fouls in the first half. Was able to survive and give contribution in that fourth quarter comeback, but none bigger than, I'm going to call him the emotional leader, Hunter Clay. He had 12 points in that game, but seriously, the quarterback of the team and the emotional leader. But I really liked Dempsey McGovern, a junior, 18 points, 4 3-pointers in that game, and Dylan Vance as well had 11 points. But what I like about this ball club is its balanced scoring. And we're not even talking about Parton. I'm just talking about in that semifinal game, balanced scoring. But when you look at it, and I loved what our producer Carl Parton said, actually our cameraman for this game, it could be Xavier Hill and Mitchell Parkman. The superstars could rise to the occasion tonight.
I mean, you're a state championship atmosphere, your best players have to show up in the biggest moments, and there is no doubt about it. Mitchell Parkman, after having that, being in foul trouble pretty much that entire semifinal game, but still making contributions in that game. And Xavier Hill, watching that game from home, just looked out of sorts. Did not look like the same Xavier Hill that that we have seen over the past couple of years. I expect these kids to show out tonight.
And I will say this, the front court as well, because Thetford Academy will be without Xander O'Shawney, the sophomore, the 6'2 sophomore, who was really making an impact in that semifinal game. He is down and out with a grade 1 MCL strain. Huge loss for Thetford, because you're talking about a front court of Gabe Michaud and Ryan Morrison, and Ryan Morrison is a key player that got Hazen to this semifinal game. 15 points in the semifinal game, and just huge in the paint.
Absolutely, and I mean, you know, that's a staple of any good Aaron Hill coach team. I mean, yes, they play fast. Yes, they play great defense. But he has always had a big man who understands his role. And, you know, without O'Shawney in there tonight, you know, Morrison should be looking for his shot.
Absolutely. And hoop fans, Spalding basketball, Vermont's championship basketball teams win with Spalding. Spalding is proud to provide the official basketball for the VPA championships and wishes all teams the best of luck. Digital programs. This year's programs are free and digital and easily accessed from your mobile device. Find the links you need at vpaonline.org. Thank you to our digital program partners at the Vermont State Highway Safety Office, Community National Bank, Price Chopper, and Market 32. And keys to the game, partner, I was down there talking to Coach Hill, and I did have to give him a high five because he had a great adjustment in that semifinal game, and that was putting sophomore Morgan Michaud face guarding Sam Paris of Winooski. Huge key adjustment to why Hazen is here tonight.
In-game adjustments, we always talk about it, whether, it's in the first half or coming out at halftime. Aaron Hill is just as good as any,
yes,
in the state of Vermont at making both of those, so that's why he's one of the best.
So keys to the game for Thetford before I throw it Garrett's way for the starting lineup for Thetford Academy. Box out and no second chances, which go pretty much hand in hand with the boxing out. So key to the game definitely for Coach Jason Gray is getting on the boards. And we have a little stoppage as we get to the starting lineup for Thetford, but I think they're trying to figure out what's going on with Xander O'Shawney. Well, we already know up here. He is in uniform. Thank God, just a sophomore. You had mentioned that as well.
Absolutely.
He is in uniform, but he will not be playing tonight. And that is indeed, we knew that all the way up here, what was going on. So Xander O'Shawney in uniform, not playing tonight. So, partner, I'm going to throw it your way for the starting lineup for the Thetford Academy Panthers.
So starting for Thetford tonight, a 6-foot junior wearing number 4, Hunter Clay.
Oh, you want to know what I messed up on again, partner? The entire lineup now for Hazen is going to go first. So that just gives us more time to talk. Thank God Carl Parton. And we just talked about this before we went on the air. I'm always so quick to go to the starting lineups. So as soon as I got through Thetford's, I'm like, let's go. And that wasn't even the starting lineup. So again, went in talking with Aaron Hill, and we'll actually give the keys to the game for Hazen tonight. And you're going to love these. Transition. Get out in transition and play at our pace, not theirs. And his second key to the game, contributions from many players, because if you look back on the other night, the only player in double digits, Ryan Morrison. So now I'm going to throw it your way for Thetford's starting lineup.
And starting out for the Thetford Academy Panthers, a 6-foot junior wearing number 4, Hunter Clay. A 5'11 junior, number 5, Dempsey McGovern. A 6'1 junior wearing number 11, Dylan Vance. A 6'2 senior, number 12, Mitchell Parkman. And rounding out the starting 5 for Thetford Academy is a 6-foot sophomore, number 21, Sam Parkman.
And obviously our key to the game is for Thetford is Mitchell Parkman staying out of foul trouble. All right, over to the Hazen Union Wildcats, runners up last year. Starting in the backcourt, and I do know this is your key to the game, partner, is Brandon Moodie, a 1 3-pointer in the semifinal game, so watch out. 5'8 junior, a number 1, Brendan Moodie. A 6'3 senior, number 11, Xavier Hill. A 6-foot sophomore, number 15, Sullivan LaFlamme. A 6'1 senior, number 21, Gabe Michaud. And rounding out the starting 5 for Coach Aaron Hill, a 6'4 senior, number 23, Ryan Morrison. Head coach of course, of the Hazen Union Wildcats, Aaron Hill, assisted by Travis Hill. Two fans were just a national anthem away from the D3 state championship game. We'll be right back.
The Berry Tournament Committee, in conjunction with the Vermont Principals Association, the Vermont Superintendents Association, and the Vermont School Athletic Directors Association, require participants and spectators to behave in a respectful manner. Sportsmanship and safe playing environment are the top priorities for all Vermont school-sponsored activities. True with respect to a person's race, gender, sexual orientation, religion, national origin, ethnic differences, or disability. Under no circumstances should any student, athletes, officials, or coaches be subjected to behavior and or language aimed to demean, disrespect, or harm. If behavior or hate speech of this kind is observed and or reported, the officials will stop the event immediately to meet with the coaches and the site administrator about the next course of action. Possible outcomes of violating this expectation include an immediate ejection from the event, ending the event early and returning home, possible forfeiture of the event or future events, resuming the game without fans, scheduling future games without fans, restrictions, suspensions from future attendance participation. Adults and student athletes are encouraged and expected to work together to ensure a meaningful and safe learning environment for our communities to grow and thrive together. Thank you to all participants for helping ensure the highest levels of respect and safety for all.
Back here at the Berry Auditorium, we are just a tip away from the final state championship game of the day. Already crowned in Division IV Grace Christian Lions. And in D2, 4 times in a row, the Montpelier Solons. So here we go, Thetford in their road blue, Hazen in their home white. Jumping it up will be Ryan Morrison for Hazen and Mitchell Parkman for Thetford Academy. Jump is won by Thetford. Ball in the hands of Hunter Clay. Everything's run with Clay. Parkman on top, getting a nice jump stop through. A little too much energy off the board.
First possession, Ryan Morrison starting out on Mitchell Parkman. That's a speed mismatch that Parkman can exploit.
Going with the length of Morrison, the height and length. And just like that, going to make my partner Garrett Sicily look amazing. He said Brendan Moodie could be an X factor here when you take Xavier Hill and Parkman out of the equation. Just 1 3-pointer in the semifinal, but what a great start for Moodie. Clay looking for an opening, does not find it, kicks out to Parkman, who takes it strong. This time not enough push. And here comes Xavier Hill with a no-look pass. Got it up ahead to LaFlamme, but no good. We're going to have a 3-pointer off the mark by Vance. And Vance was another key contributor for Thetford in their semifinal matchup. Xavier Hill pulls up from the perimeter. And one and done. Sam Parkman follows his shot nicely, but ripping the rebound down is Ryan Morrison for Hazen. And this is a very fast-paced game. And Coach Aaron Hill said, our pace, not theirs.
Not theirs. That's huge. That's not, your typical box out,
Yeah. Play good D.
Exactly.
Do this for 32 minutes.
Exactly.
Inbounding it will be Xavier Hill. Tries to get it to Morrison, who's double teamed. And stepping in is Vance for the steal, going the other way. Nice little skip pass. That was a great pass. And why not? Clay lines it up, no good. Panthers a little cold here, but they're getting the look. Parkman's taken it twice to the hole. Clay got a good look. At this end, one and done. Here go the Panthers back the other way. Very fast-paced game. Shooter's touch for McGovern, who is a shooter, but no good. And both teams controlling the boards.
Absolutely.
Thetford in their man-to-man defense. Moodie taking it baseline. Clay gives him a little bump. Parkman steps right in front of Morrison, and here comes Thetford. And that's
great defense. Great defense. Moved his feet.
And great defense by McGovern, but able to keep the ball here is LaFlamme. And Clay pokes it out nicely, basically giving himself a pass, but transition defense by Hazen. They're running a track meet right now. I might need a Gatorade break right now. Wow.
Slowing it down. Jason Gray yells out from the baseline, trying to get a good look on this offensive possession.
And there it is by Parkman on the baseline. Got a good look.
That's as good a look as you're going to get for Mitchell Parkman.
And both squads on the defensive boards. It is one and done. So ball in the hands of Moodie. Michaud to Xavier Hill, down low to Morrison. Back on top to Hill for three, 2 feet beyond, and nothing but the bottom of the net. And just like that, Coach Jason Gray would like to talk about it with his team. Booth Brothers Dairy and HP Hood are proud to support the Vermont Principals Association. Booth Brothers milk comes from local family farms, providing milk from cows not treated with artificial growth hormones. Booth Brothers is proud to be in Vermont since 1946. They've been dedicated to providing fresh milk to Vermont communities. Learn more at boothbrothersdairy.com. Well, I feel like we've played 32 minutes, and we've only played almost not even 4 yet.
I was going to say, yep.
And very fast-paced game.
Absolutely. I mean, Aaron Hill said it, our pace, not theirs. And I think both teams are more than capable of playing at a fast pace, but I definitely feel Hazen is more in control.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, and I like that in the early going here at least, Xavier Hill is spending more time out on the perimeter than he did in the Winooski game because you can move him around, inside out. He spent a lot of time in the paint in the Winooski game.
I think
comfortable.
Yeah,
outside.
I think Thetford's just got to see the ball go in too.
Absolutely.
I think as soon as that bucket goes in, they will settle in.
And a nice job of pinning back is Parkman. And each time he could easily have 6 points.
Absolutely.
But he can't knock it down. And nice job by Gabe Michaud. Nice little ball fake up. Defender flies by. You finish it on the high percentage.
Just great patience. Letting the defender blow by him and boop.
It's one of my favorite moves.
Oh, absolutely.
It really is. It's not
so
used
underutilized.
Enough. Exactly underutilized. And there is exactly what Thetford Academy needed. Not only is it the sharpshooting Dempsey McGovern that shot it, the ball, like Garrett said, went through the cylinder. And McGovern will step to the line to finish off the 4-point play. McGovern just huge the other night for Thetford Academy. Like I said, 4 threes, finished with 18 points for the Panthers. And Broadcast Jinx misses the foul shot. So 8-3, 3:45 to go, and a good job by Michaud. Michaud with 2 buckets here in the early going. And just a great job muscling up.
Exactly.
Using his body to pin the defender behind. Parkman answers with a 3 of his own. That's huge for Parkman because he's had 3 good looks in the paint and wasn't able to knock them home. Hill into Morrison. Thought he had a little travel call, but, happy feet first. And Parkman falls down. Officials will blow the whistle, make sure he's okay, make sure that ankle's all right. So 12-6, just 1 foul so far through 5 minutes of play. 1 on Thetford.
Morrison just doing a good job of sticking with the play. Parkman blocked him on the first attempt, but just sticking with it, using his body to his advantage.
And good help defense by Michaud as Parkman looked to drill drive. Kick back out over to Clay. Parkman sizes up a three, splits the defenders and is blocked, but able to get it to McGovern. Gets the shot up, but very unbalanced, I'm going to say, shot by McGovern. Here comes Hazen the other way. Moodie in the paint. Tries to dish it down low to Morrison. Pull up by Moodie. It's good.
Under control, beautiful shot by Moodie. Could have had the three-pointer, but just steps in rhythm and buries the bucket.
Silky smooth shooter is junior Brandon Moodie. Parkman for three, gives a little head fake, passes, skips it over to... That shot taken by Spencer Durkee, who's just checked in for the Panthers. And I tell you what, Brandon Moodie may have had 3 points the other night, but he's got 8 points already here in the first quarter.
Great court vision by Xavier Hill. Do it all, man, for Hazen, seeing Moodie in the corner.
Dylan Vance with the shot. That was no good, but able to corral the offensive board as Parkman. Back out to Vance. And Clay will set things up. Parkman passes on the three. Dribbles into a double team, kicks it back out to Durkee. Clay on top, shoots the three, and buries it.
The threes are falling now.
Hunter Clay was absolutely huge in that comeback win in the second half. And we're going to sell that offensive foul. That will go on Gabe Michaud. Michaud had great positioning. It's a little too much bump and grind there. So that'll be the first team foul on Hazen. Obviously the first on Michaud as well. Coming into the game for Thetford Academy is Matthew Vivian, the junior guard.
Fenton Myers checked into the game for Hazen as well. He's guarding Parkman now.
Shot by Vance, who was another key contributor in that second half. Offensive board by Parkman. Left side to Durkee. He says, I might as well. And great job of team boxing out by the Wildcats. Here comes Hill up the right side. Sharp shooting. Moodie. Probably his worst shot so far, just because he was a little off balance, because he has been on fire. Here comes McGovern the other way for Thetford. Working the ball around nicely. Durkee back on top to Vance. Vance trying to find a crease in that defense, and instead of finding a crease, little double dribble instead. Back in for the Panthers, Sam Parkman. Out Spencer Durkee.
Jamison Lamar, the 5'11" freshman for Hazen, checking into the game.
Who had some good minutes the other night for Coach Aaron Hill. Just a freshman in the big spotlight. And stripping it away from Lamar was Matthew Vivian, but not able to save it. Nice effort by Vivian. Possession will stay with the Wildcats, 17-9. We just got 4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Xavier Hill sizes it up, looks at the clock, pulls up, and God, he was right on line. 1 quarter in the book and a very fast-paced Division III state championship game. All Wildcats so far, 17-9. Garrett and I will be right back.
Thank you for watching today's VPA High School State Championship. On behalf of the VPA and the Vermont State Highway Safety Office, next time you're out on the road traveling to a high school sporting event, we hope you travel the beautiful roadways of our great state safely. By practicing engaged driving, you help ensure that you, your family, and the teams and fans with you arrive safely too. Traffic safety is a team sport.
Suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you. Join the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and the movement turning hope into action. Learn more at afsp.org/Vermont. Together, we can stop suicide.
Fans, don't drive distracted. Enjoying the game? Take our photos, send your texts, post your stories now. Don't wait until you're behind the wheel. Traffic safety is a team sport, and we're proud of the responsible driving behaviors that our student athletes and fans show when on the road. Traffic safety is a team sport. And Garrett, I'm going to throw it your way for some first quarter stats.
13 defensive rebounds for Hazen in that first quarter. Pretty even on the turnover battle. 3 for Hazen and 2 for Thetford. Thetford with 5 defensive rebounds and 2 offensive rebounds in that first quarter.
Wow, 13 defensive boards. Whoa, a little too much mustard on the pass to Moodie. Here comes the Panthers. McGovern looks for Vance, gets bumped off his course. Vivian skip pass on top, and that was lined up nicely by Sam Parkman. Ball trickles out of bounds. It's actually going to stay right with the Panthers. Aaron Hill pleading his push-off case. McGovern out. Clay back in for Thetford. Inbounding it will be Dylan Vance for the Panthers.
Yeah, saw that one coming.
I think Coach Hill pleaded his case enough too. Well done, Coach. Nicely done. And that foul's going to go on at Sam Parkman. That'll be his first and the team's first. So I take, Sam Parkman. And here goes Moodie, the sharp shooting Moodie. It hits that.
Hits the top of the backboard, but not the dreaded shot clock at the top. Our cameraman Carl Parton absolutely loves.
Sam Parkman over to Vance on Vance and Vivian in the same neighborhood. Back to Parkman. Sam Parkman, Clay on top. Sizes up a 3. Dribbles around the paint. Good ball movement, but not a crease to be had here by this Wildcats defense. And Mitchell Parkman sizes up a nice 3 and knocks it down. Second 3 of the game, and he had a nice look there.
You know, he's faked a couple of times too because they're giving them that space. I don't know why he's catching it, gathering it, and just going straight up with it.
So 17-12, a 5-point cushion for the Wildcats. Ball screen not used by Michaud. Xavier Hill for 3 and a nice rotation. And like Garrett said, a deep 3 with pretty sweet rotation. Bumps it back to an 8-point lead for Hazen. 6 minutes to go to the half. Hazen in their man-to-man defense. Vivian ball fakes, drives, nowhere to go, kicks it back out to Vance. Vance decides to take it all the way. And a good job by Vance taking it in and using his body to draw the contact pretty much while he was extended and in the air. McGovern back in, Sam Parkman out.
That's a big. Oh, I thought that was Moody's second personal foul. It's just his first.
Back in for Hazen, Sullivan LaFlamme taking a seat. Gabe Michaud. Both coaches keeping their players fresh. 3-point play by Vance, back iron. Xavier Hill running the offense. Nice little handoff to Hill for 3. No good. Vivian there with a defensive board for Thetford Academy. McGovern over to Clay. Clay with a 3-pointer, a little bit too much juice on that one. Nice board by the freshman Lemaire. Hill over to LaFlamme. Knocked out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Wildcats. Xavier Hill to inbound. LaFlamme back to Hill. Takes on 3 defenders. And actually great defense, but wide open. Ooh, chippy. And after all that, Hazen able to draw the foul.
Xavier Hill was looking at the three-point line, and he had Morrison. He finally found him. He couldn't get it on the first attempt, but he sticks with it and is going to draw the personal foul, so he'll step and get 2 here.
That foul is going to go on Vance, his first, the team's second. And the first shot by Morrison, no good. Again, Morrison, 15 points in that semifinal win Thursday night. Second shot is good. 21-14 as we approach 5 minutes to go to the half. Play to Vance. Coach Gray calling out the play, the reset by Vivian.
3-2 zone by
Love
Hazen.
the changeup. Vivian for 3. Missing the cylinder. Lemaire with the rebound. I'll get it out eventually, folks. Hill for 3. So we're going to have a push foul on the Panthers. So that'll be the third team foul on Thetford. First on Dempsey McGovern. Inbounding it will be Morgan Michaud. Loses a handle, and coming away is Sam Parkman for the Academy. On top to McGovern. Wildcats still in that zone defense. Vance with the skip. Back on top to Parkman. McGovern and back to Vance. Great ball movement by Thetford because they wanted to go right to left and right into Mitchell Parkman.
Active hands, though, in that zone by Hazen. Great job.
Vance will inbound. Parkman attacks the baseline, skips it out to Clay. Clay for 2, no good. Xavier Hill, here come the running Wildcats. Hill with the ball in his hands, tries to take on 3 defenders and gets the beloved shooter's roll, and he used all the cylinder for that one. A different Xavier Hill tonight, and again, ball in his hands, out in transition, quarterbacking the team.
Right.
Just doing an outstanding job as he has for 4 years in a Wildcat uniform. Does not finish off the 3-point play. Here comes Mitchell Parkman. 9-point lead for the Wildcats as we approach 4 minutes to go to the half. Ball movement, working the ball around, and tough entry pass to Parkman, not able to get a handle on the leather. Here comes Xavier Hill, little dish to Lemaire, and he can't knock it down. A nice ball movement by the Wildcats, just not able to finish at the rim was Lemaire. Coming back into the game is Ryan Morrison for Coach Hill and the Wildcats. Taking a Gatorade break, Gabe Michaud. Panthers ball. 9-point lead for the Wildcats. Sam Parkman on the baseline.
Great
It's a
block.
nice entry pass to Mitchell Parkman. Credit Sam Parkman with a nice entry pass.
Great entry pass. Good job using his body and going up strong.
Sam Parkman, just a sophomore for Coach Gray. Down low to Morrison, and Lemaire just sneaks in the backside and able to finish at the rim is the freshman. Nice half-court set by the Wildcats. Sam Parkman for 3, no good. A little cold from 3-point range, except for Mitchell Parkman, who has hit 2 here in the first half. Lemaire feeling a groove, just loses a handle on the leather. Here comes Clay the other way for the Panthers. Little step through, uses the glass to perfection. 25-18.
Yeah, taking it himself, going coast to coast.
And too easy right there for Xavier Hill. Too easy. Love his game. Too easy getting to the rim that time. Panthers not able to do much about chipping away to that 9-point lead. This would be huge for Clay. No good. Vance with the offensive board. McGovern fakes the pass and tries to finish, gets his own rebound, not able to finish at the rim. Quickly getting it up ahead, Hill to LaFlamme. Hill will reset the offense. Morgan Michaud back to Hill. Morrison to LaFlamme. Looks like Hill might reset the offense. Down low to Hill. We talk about his inside-outside game.
Too easy.
You said it perfectly, Garrett. Way too easy. So smooth on the perimeter. Chest piece, you drop him down into the paint. Can't stop Xavier Hill. Biggest lead of the game. 11-point lead for the Wildcats. Parkman on the baseline. Nice jump through. Nice jump through by Parkman. Couldn't finish, but gets his own rebound.
Sticks with it.
The senior Mitchell Parkman will step to the line for Thetford. Most important thing for Parkman is completely out of foul trouble in this first half. First shot is in and out. Back end Spencer Durkee for the Panthers, out Sam Parkman. So Moodie back in the game. Might have subbed in for the wrong player. But Lemaire's going to have to wait his turn. Second shot by Parkman, no good. Hill, who's played this entire first half and doesn't even look tired. Moodie on top. Moodie sizes up a three. Rattles around and out. Hunter Clay with the rebound for Thetford.
Oh.
Good idea, but Durkee not ready for that pass.
Not on the same page there, yep.
So Coach Gray quickly is going to get Vivian back into the game. And Durkee will take a seat on the bench for Coach Gray and the Panthers. 1 minute to go to the half. All Wildcats so far here in the first half. Lemaire to Moodie to Hill. Uses the backboard to perfection, just rolls around and out. Comes Hunter Clay the other way with a little step through, trying to use the glass, no good. And 38 seconds to go, ball in the hands of Xavier Hill. Hand off to Moodie. Back to Morgan Michaud. Lemaire back to the sophomore Michaud. Hill at the elbow. Nice active hands by the Panthers. Here comes Vance the other way to Clay. Pulls up. Gets the shooter's roll. Shooter's bounce. I can't call that a roll. That's a bounce. 9 seconds to go. Michaud to Lemaire to Xavier Hill on the elbow. Oh, nice dish. Ooh, not able to finish. Nice dish by Hill to Ryan Morrison on the weak side block. Just not able to knock it home.
Absolutely.
So an incredibly entertaining first half here in the Division III championship game. All Wildcats so far 29-20. Garrett and I will step out for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll chit-chat a little bit about the first half and look at scoring. One more time, 29-20. All Wildcats here in the first half. We'll be right back.
Vermont moms work hard, enjoy the outdoors, and shop local. They know that local farmers are committed to providing fresh milk for their kids. And moms care about quality. That's why they choose Booth Brothers milk. Produced without artificial growth hormones and tested for antibiotics, every glass contains nutrients like protein and is delicious to the last drop. Booth Brothers, locally sourced milk for Vermont-grown kids.
At Price Chopper and Market 32, we want to help you shop smart to get the best quality and value for you and your family. That's why we created
more ways to save.
Just use your Advantage card to save. your way. With weekly specials, price chops, lowdowns, stock-up savings, fair to compare, and advantage rewards. Now that's smart shopping. More ways to save at Price Chopper and Market 32.
Suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you. Join the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and the movement turning hope into action. Learn more at afsp.org/Vermont. Together, we can stop suicide. Nobody likes an awkward silence, but sometimes it can be a good thing. Use an awkward silence to ask your friend about their mental health. It can really help. Find out how at seizetheawkward.org.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year. Come on, get your head out of your sacks. Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her! Not solo!
You see if I did it?
Yeah!
On behalf of the VT Safely.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. And welcome back to the Barry Auditorium. We are a few minutes away from the second half of this Division III state championship game. We will crown a new D3 champ, as it was the Winooski Spartans last year. And partner, entertaining first half. I'm going to throw it your way for some of the stats and scoring from the first half.
Our stats compiled by the great Tom Corbett here sitting to my right. 3 offensive rebounds for Hazen in that first quarter. But the big number for all of us is 21 defensive rebounds for the Hazen Wildcats in that first half. And for the Thetford Academy Panthers, 4 offensive rebounds and 9 defensive rebounds. Big, though, for me, though, looking at this, 0 for 4 from the free throw line, the Thetford Academy Panthers. And the turnover battle, pretty well even. 7 for Hazen and 5 for Thetford.
And looking at some of the scoring, Xavier Hill with 10 total points in the semifinal game at 12 points here in the first half. Brendan Moodie with 8 points. Gabe Michaud with 4. But the big thing for me is Hill getting hot right out of the gates and Moodie getting hot right out of the gates for Hazen.
Absolutely. I mean, it was, instrumental to how they wanted to start the game now. And we talked about it, off air. Mitchell Parkman, if he gets a couple of those buckets, those chippies that he missed in that early going, how would this team settle in a lot quicker?
Yeah, very well said, Garrett. Very well said. Yeah, there were 6 points left in the paint really early. And we're going to give a special, huge shout-out to Coach Corbett, who is usually sitting right here calling the Hazen. Well, I'm just going to say Hazen because he is a Hazen alum. Loves nothing better than Championship Saturday and Hazen playing. So we miss you, Coach. Glad you had a great season and glad you're back on the sidelines. On the Thetford side, it's exactly what Garrett just said. Parkman leaves 6 points in the paint. Confidence would have been boosted a little bit quicker, but you've definitely got 7 points for Clay. You've got Parkman with 7 points as well, but the keys is Aaron Hill's keys. Transition our pace, check. Contribution from many players, check. 1 half in the books. Let's see how the second half goes.
Absolutely.
And the second half will start out with the Panthers in possession. Hazen in the man-to-man, shot by Mitchell Parkman. Looks like Vance was going to get the rebound, and he does indeed pick it up to give the Panthers a much-needed second shot opportunity. Sam Parkman back on top to Vance. Over to McGovern. We'll hand off to Mitchell Parkman. Over to Clay for 3, I think for 2 actually. And definitely was 2 points for Clay. And answering quickly at the other end is Sullivan LaFlamme for the Wildcats.
Like a blur going back the other way.
Again, Hazen wanting to play at their pace. Skip pass over to Clay. Takes on 3 Wildcats and uses the glass very nicely.
Tough runner.
So this first minute of the second half, incredibly entertaining. Able to maintain possession is Gabe Michaud. Over to LaFlamme, goes baseline, takes on Parkman. And I think we're going to have possession staying at that end of the floor with Hazen as Clay's, let's call it the last 1/8 of his heel on the line. Obviously, I have x-ray vision, not. So inbounding it will be Hill. Tries to get it into Michaud. Over to the hot shooting Moodie.
Just like starting off the game, buries the 3-pointer for Brendan Moodie.
He doesn't have a lot of emotion though, huh?
No, not at all.
3 threes for the junior Moodie. And a nice little up fake and finish. Got the defenders in the air by Dempsey McGovern. 18 points in the semifinal game. Held in check so far, 5 points for McGovern. Panthers would like him to heat up here in the second half. Moodie will reset the offense. Over to Hill. Uses the ball screen and roll. And jump ball called. Xavier Hill went into a wall of blue. Possession will, however, stay with Hazen. Inbounding it will be Xavier Hill. Looking for ball side, weak side block. Somebody right back out to Hill for 3. Parkman with the rebound. Big possession as they try to chip away. McGovern, nice floater in the paint for Dempsey McGovern, who is indeed starting to heat up for the Thetford Panthers. We'll have a 30-second timeout on the floor for the Wildcats. Planning a get-together. Let Price Chopper and Market 32 help. Pick up your free Let Us Entertain You brochure and choose from a wide selection of delicious platters, including apps, deli meats, cheeses, shrimp, desserts, and more. Order online at pricechopper.com. Garrett, things are tightening up here a little bit.
I was going to say, the first couple of minutes, you always talk about it. You know,
Yes,
who's
I
going
do.
to call that first timeout? First, 2 to 3 minutes of the second half. That one's going to go to Aaron Hill, but, Thetford just slowly chipping away.
Slowly chipping away, and in the chipping, it comes the confidence up. So out of the timeout, Xavier Hill hands off to LaFlamme. Guarded by McGovern. Great job by McGovern, who falls down. So you got 5-on-4 right now, and we're going to have a foul called on the Panthers. Looked like it was going to be a steal by McGovern and the other way. Instead, foul on, I believe, Mitchell Parkman. It's his first.
He's
Nice.
still got 4 more.
Coach Gray is giving a little clinic down on the sideline. On top to Hill, down low.
Great
Try
denial.
exactly, great interior defense by the Panthers. Dylan Vance to McGovern, who is starting to heat up. Skip over to Sam Parkman. Clay. McGovern tried to take a shot, but Morrison just I don't even know what to call
It
that.
wasn't quite the Atif Milak spike in the D2 game, but that was a don't try to do that again.
The decibel level wasn't as high, but the thought process probably still the same. Vance will inbound for the Panthers.
He had Dempsey McGovern over in the corner there.
Sam Parkman on top to Vance at the elbow, brings it back out. Working the ball around nicely. Looking to Mitchell, skip pass to Vance. And that's a dangerous pass right there. Very dangerous pass. Too many white jerseys. Moodie tips it out. Not able to tightrope the sidelines. Panthers get a little gift right here. Clay will inbound. Vance to Parkman in that two-guard front. Down low to Mitchell. I thought Mitchell was going to lose a handle on it, but a little bailout call here.
It's a third personal foul on Gabe Michaud.
Third on Michaud, first on the Wildcats here in the third quarter. Thetford also with one. Vance inbounds to Sam Parkman, who buries a three.
Bottoms.
That was a really well-designed out-of-bounds play, and Mitchell Parkman setting the screen on that weak side block. Moody's like, I'm going to answer the other way. And he does.
A bounce-back game for Moodie.
And then
definitely
some.
Be said. Exactly.
4 threes for Moodie, and just as momentum starts to have a blue wave, Moodie answers, and the turnover by the Panthers, just as you felt the blue wave coming in.
Exactly.
Back into the game for Thetford, Matthew Vivian, the junior guard, out Sam Parkman. Five-point lead for Hazen. Xavier Hill calls out the offense. Thetford in their man-to-man D. Moodie, but you better close out high on that young man. Loses a handle on the leather. Here comes Vance the other way for the Panthers. Vivian. Vance to Parkman. Parkman takes on three. No foul called. Late foul call. Wow. We were going the other way.
Late call, but I think it was the right call.
You know who I'm going to believe? You. So it was the right call. My eyes were already halfway down. So Mitchell Parkman will step to the line, and now 1 for 3 from the beloved charity stripe. Second shot by Parkman is good. Nice little shooter's roll.
Sneaks it up over the rim. We got a 3-point ball game.
With 3:45 to go here in the third quarter. Michaud checking back in Jamison Lemaire for the Wildcats. Morgan Michaud, just a sophomore, will inbound. Lemaire, just a freshman. And Sullivan LaFlamme, just a sophomore. Wow. Into Hill. Sizing up Vance. Ooh. Great positioning by Hill. Vance kind of on a little island pinned behind him.
He faked going middle. I think he would have had the layup going back into the middle using his right hand, but he's so much more comfortable, obviously, being left-handed, going back to over his left shoulder.
First shot is good for Xavier Hill. That foul on Dylan Vance is his third, the team's second. Second shot by Hill. No good. And really fighting for that possession was Mitchell Parkman. Ball on top to Clay. Clay looking for an opening, doesn't get it. Vivian McGovern to Vance. Well, spin back by Vance, out of control, but able to get it to Mitchell Parkman. Clay 3 white jerseys around the ball. You get near that paint, there's 3 white jerseys that just literally suffocating you. McGovern tries to go on top to Parkman, and great help side defense by Hill. Did you see him flying from that weak side over? 3 white jerseys around Parkman.
Trying to make somebody else beat you.
Exactly. Vance to Clay. Skip back on top to Vivian, who will reset the offense. 2:50 to go here in the third quarter. Wildcats on top by 4. And a nice little battle going on between Meyer and Parkman. But as that battle's happening, Hunter Clay attacks off of the ball movement. And Clay, who was so instrumental in the second half, come from behind Thursday, will step back to the line to try to finish off the 3-point play. 13 points for Clay on the night. Not able to finish, but Vance gets the rebound, tries to get it back to Clay. And we're going to have a foul on Vance coming up from behind Lemaire. That is the 4th foul on Dylan Vance. A little bit of frustration because he got the rebound off the missed foul shot. Trying to kick it out. It created the turnover. Comes up behind Lemaire, but there's a foul, 4th and 3rd team foul on the Panthers. Inbounding it will be Morgan Michaud. Right into the hands of Vivian. And Vivian's going to take it strong to the hole, tries to draw the contact, not able to do so. And getting hammered across the arm. I believe that one's going to go on Lemaire. And there's no way Parkman could, there's no chinning it, and there's no way you can, because
right.
There's like 3 players hanging on you. That's the first on Lemaire, the 4th on Hazen. Nice inbound play, but Parkman's falling down, able to get it out to Sam Parkman, though. The sophomore buries the 3 for Thetford to take their first lead of the ball game.
Incredible, the grit and toughness out of this Thetford team.
And how Mitchell Parkman got that ball out to Sam Parkman. And just like that, Ryan Morrison answers at the other end for Hazen.
Beautiful set by Hazen that time.
And Morrison just smooth, silky smooth down there on the block. Clay with a pretty off-balance shot. Here comes Xavier Hill, Brandon Moodie for 3. Ooh, in and out for the junior sharpshooting guard. And here we go, Vivian up the floor. Pulls it back out. 1:25 to go here in the third quarter. Hazen on top by 1. Mitchell Parkman sizes up the defense, and what a quick first step by Mitchell Parkman.
What a crossover to get into the lane.
Pretty sweet.
That was.
Back and forth we go. Panthers on top by 1. Here comes Moody attacking the baseline. Very off-balance shot. Almost went in, but here comes Mitchell Parkman with a head of steam. Kicks it to McGovern. McGovern tries to go baseline, and we're going to have a blocking call on Brendan Moody. McGovern's going to go to the line to shoot 2. 7 points here on the night for McGovern. That is the 3rd foul on Moody, the 5th team foul on Hazen. 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. McGovern to the line to shoot 2. Front iron on the first shot. The junior needs a little confidence here on this shot. 0 for 2 from the foul line so far. Foul shots, Garrett. They can get in your head.
Absolutely.
Second shot is a clean shot by McGovern. 41-39, 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Xavier Hill over to Morrison. Lemaire looking at Morgan Michaud, passes back left to right, and a nice set and almost finished by Lemaire, but he'll go to the line to shoot two instead. That back screen's getting him from that weak side over.
And there's no pressure on the ball out here at the wing, so they can see that as clear as that screen is set.
So we're going to have a timeout on the floor by Coach Gray and the Wildcats. Scorebook Live, the VPA's official rankings and tournament brackets can be found online at scorebooklive.com/Vermont. Get the mobile app and follow live scores to scorebooklive.com. Well, 29-20, a 9-point lead by Hazen at the half is gone. It's kind of what we expected. Not that Hazen would lose the 9-point lead, but that this game would just ebb and flow back and forth. They split during the regular season, both winning on their home court. Both consider the Barry Odd their home court. A solid first half by Hazen, but we all know, we've been around basketball our whole life. There's always going to be runs. There's always going to be runs.
How you manage those runs and, get the best shot that you can on each possession is going to be key coming down the stretch.
And both coaches know it's a game of runs, but since Thetford has come back, we have just gone back and forth, and the freshman Lemaire with the first shot is good. 3 points on the night for the freshman. Freshman is cool as ice right there at the foul line. Second shot. Back iron. Thetford by 1, 25 seconds to go. Let's see if they hold for a little last shot or see what opens up.
3-2 zone by Hazen.
McGovern over to Mitchell Parkman. Vivian back to Sam Parkman. McGovern passes on the open look because there was 3 right jerseys and a nice unselfish pass from Clay to Parkman. That was pretty nice. In and out at the buzzer, and I don't even have a word. Beyond entertaining a third quarter in the Division III state championship game. Panthers on top by 3. Garrett and I will be right back with the fourth quarter of this D3 state championship game.
Vermont moms work hard, enjoy the outdoors, and shop local. They know that local farmers are committed to providing fresh milk for their kids. And moms care about quality. That's why they choose Booth Brothers milk. Produced without artificial growth hormones and tested for antibiotics, every glass contains nutrients like protein and is delicious to the last drop. Booth Brothers, locally sourced milk for Vermont-grown kids.
Suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you. Join the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and the movement turning hope into action. Learn more at afsp.org/Vermont. Together, we can stop suicide.
Back here at the Barry Auditorium, Lori Shepard alongside Garrett Sicily, Tom Corbett, our statistician, Brandon Walker, our producer, and Carl Parton on the camera. And get ready. Put your Nikes on. Put your Chuck Taylor Converse on. This is going to be a heck of a fourth quarter. What was that stat you wanted to talk about? It was a good one.
6 defensive rebounds for Thetford in that third quarter and 1 for Hazen.
After having 21 in the first half. But the turnover by the Panthers. Ball in the hands of Hill over to Lemaire. On top to Michaud, back to Hill. Morgan Michaud loses a handle on it. Parkman had a handle on it. Tie up, no, I don't know, scrum right in front of us. Nobody with control. Jump ball. Did you get that?
Did they get the timeout?
No.
Jump ball, okay.
Yep, jump ball. Jump ball possession with the Wildcats. That Spalding basketball was every which way in that. Sometimes it looks like a rugby game.
The defensive intensity, though, by Mitchell Parkman, almost coming up with that steal. He's just an all-around, do-it-all player.
And Brandon Moodie I think he lost his footing. I don't know if he was moving forward. Ankle just kind of gave. And ball goes off of Moodie. So back to the Panthers we go. 3-point lead as we approach 7 minutes to go in this D3 state championship thriller. Parkman sizes things up. Kick out to Vivian. McGovern corrals the Spalding leather. Back to Sam Parkman. Little reset, picks up his dribble, looks at Clay. Not the best of passes, but it's going to go off of Morgan Michaud. I think Thetford got away with one there. Not the best pass into the paint to the cutter. Clay will look to inbound to McGovern. Little ball screen for McGovern. Slips it the other way. Vivian over to Sam Parkman, who almost got away with a travel there. McGovern, nowhere to go in that defense. Clay from the baseline looks good from our view.
Great rebound by Moodie.
And up ahead to LaFlamme for three. Size that one up nicely. Rebound Parkman. Parkman looking to take on Hill. One-on-one spin move by Parkman. And the finish. That was a beautiful spin and finish by Mitchell Parkman. We have a full timeout on the floor, and we'll take it too. 6 minutes to go in the state championship game, Division III. Panthers on top, 45-40.
At Price Chopper and Market 32, we want to help you shop smart to get the best quality and value for you and your family. That's why we created
More ways to save.
Just Use Your Advantage Card to save your way with weekly specials, price chops, lowdowns, stock-up savings, fair to compare, and Advantage rewards. Now that's smart shopping. More ways to save at Price Chopper and Market 32.
Nobody likes an awkward silence, but sometimes it can be a good thing. Use an awkward silence to ask your friend about their mental health. It can really help. Find out how at seizetheawkward.org.
Back here at the Berry Auditorium, and you can hear the fans. It is perfectly right down the middle. Red to our left, blue to our right. Standing room only, and what a game.
This
Garrett.
is what you expect for a the final state championship boys action of the day.
And D3, I tell you what, awesome. Morgan Michaud trying to turn the corner, kicks it to Moodie for three, and Moodie knocks it down. What a huge shot for Moodie. 2-point game for the Panthers. Big shot, Brandon is hitting him for the Wildcats. Vivian not sure what to do. He had a lane thinking he was going to get blocked. Foul called on Mitchell Parkman. A solid on-ball defense, a little too much body. Not handsy at all. Hands were straight out. Getting big, getting wide, but just a little bit too much body. That'll be the second foul on Parkman and the first team foul on Thetford of the quarter. Hazen with no team fouls. Morgan Michaud will inbound to Xavier Hill. Hill calls out the offense. I'm sure they would love to get it in the hands of Moodie.
And back into the game is Dylan Vance with his four personal fouls.
And Moodie with 5 threes tonight. But if it's not going to be Moodie on the outside or Hill, might as well be Hill right down there on the ball side block. Hill will step back to the line to shoot 2. 13 points on the night for Hill. 2-point lead for the Panthers, just a couple of ticks under 5 minutes. First shot is up and good by Hill.
His only points coming at the free throw line here in the second half. You know, getting off to that hot start in the first half, been pretty quiet except for at the free throw line,
where he nuts things up at 45. Vance just checked back in, as Garrett said. So we get the call on Parkman a few seconds ago, and now Gray is working the officials. But official Steve Ciccio has it all under control. That will be the first foul on LaFlamme and the first team foul on Hazen. Vance to McGovern on the inbound. McGovern looking for a crease. Nice little step through by McGovern. Talk about patience, calm, very calm on that step through.
Using that up and under move beautifully.
Gabe Michaud at the foul line, turns the corner nicely. Parkman with the block, and taking it away is McGovern, and trying to keep a handle on it is McGovern. And Coach Gray would like the floor spread out for Parkman, and he takes it, and we're going to have an offensive foul. I was waiting for that. I've been waiting all game for that. He got away with a couple. Just going to say a couple. You don't like that call, do you?
I don't know what a charge or a block is nowadays. Thought the one on Moodie down on the baseline, they called it a block. I thought it was a charge, Yeah.
So that's the third on Parkman. Good job by the defense. Torso's there, run over, here we go. Down by 2 are the Wildcats. And Clay with some good interior defense on Xavier Hill. Back out to Hill on the baseline. He'll bring it back on top to Morgan Michaud. Crossover. Back to Hill, who backs Clay down. And Clay pleads his case with a little charades, but it's not going to work. Hill will step back to the line where he is 3 for 4. Only the second on Hunter Clay, excuse me. First shot is good. .342 to go. Thetford with 4 team fouls. Hazen with just 1. Second shot is good. Knotted back up at 47 all.
5 of 7 at the free throw line for Xavier Hill.
Well, full court pressure by Hazen. Vance kicks it back out to Sam Parkman. A rebound by McGovern. Kick out to Vance. Vance draws a crowd, but really able to get it up and off the backboard. Nice take.
Using
by
that
Vance.
left hand beautifully.
Back and forth we go. Stepping in the passing lane is Mitchell Parkman, and finishing at the rim is Parkman for 2. 4-point lead, 3 minutes to go in this D3 state championship game. LaFlamme on top to Morgan Michaud, turns the corner. Hands it off to Xavier Hill. Parkman knocks it away. And taking it with the left hand is Parkman, not able to finish. And a traveling call on Gabe Michaud. And Coach Aaron Hill's gonna, when the dust settles, call a timeout, and he's gonna call it full timeout. So we'll step out for a quick Gatorade break, and when we come back, the last 2:36 of the state championship game. Thetford on top, 51-47.
Thank you for watching today's VPA High School State Championship On behalf of the VPA and the Vermont State Highway Safety Office, next time you're out on the road traveling to a high school sporting event, we hope you travel the beautiful roadways of our great state safely. By practicing engaged driving, you help ensure that you, your family, and the teams and fans with you arrive safely too. Traffic safety is a team sport.
Suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you. Join the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and the movement turning hope into action. Learn more at afsp.org/Vermont. Together, we can stop suicide.
Don't drive impaired. Parents, family members, and fans in the stands, the VPA encourages you to be the good example. Be a good fan and be a good driver. If you feel different, you drive different. Traffic safety is a team sport. Inbounded under Thetford's own basket. Working the ball around to Mitchell Parkman, to Sam Parkman. Kicks it back out to Mitchell. Parkman tries to take on 3 defenders, kicks it back out to Sam Parkman. Good job taking care of the ball. Oh, Mitchell Parkman wide open, and he misses it. And he misses a chippy. Late whistle. Question mark?
It was a great look. Great look. He said he got him on the head. I did not see it, but Mitchell Parkman going to step to the free throw line to try to.
2 of 4. Rattles around and no good. Brendan Moodie back into the game for Hazen. Sullivan LaFlamme out. Second shot is good. Lemaire hands off to Moodie. The ball screen by Michaud. Over to Morgan Michaud. Little handoff to Hill. Hill looking to go baseline. Reverse, no good, and Clay there with a defensive board, and what a big board for the Panthers. Losing a handle is Vance, and tipping it over to Xavier Hill. Crossover from Hill to LaFlamme, and he finishes at the rim and 1. We look so out of control, and then all of a sudden it just a nice job by the freshman.
I was going to say that.
Nice job.
That was great poise by the freshman. He hits a bucket, and there's not even a facial expression on him. Going to try to make this a 2-point game.
And it is good. Oh, Parkman misses another one right. Parkman misses another one at the rim. Parkman puts those last couple away, Garrett, and we might be watching Thetford hold it and going to the foul line.
But instead, doesn't get the bucket to go, and he does not pick up the foul, but Hunter Clay will pick up his 3rd personal foul, so.
And emotions are running high. That is the 3rd on Clay, and obviously the Wildcats are in the bonus. Hazen themselves with 2 team fouls. Gabe Michaud, first trip to the line tonight. 4 points on the night. The back iron. And Coach Jason Gray is showing his team how to box out. I love it. I just love it. I mean, not a bad ball player, huh, Coach Gray? Second shot is good.
1-point game, 1:20 to go.
Garrett, we've had a few of these, you and I together.
That we have.
Sam Parkman gets out of the double team, and Mitchell Parkman, he makes it when it's more difficult. And I mean that in the best way. That is an athletic finish by Mitchell Parkman. 3-point game, 55 seconds to go. D3 state championship on the line, and Coach Aaron Hill going to talk to his players. Full timeout on the floor, and we'll take it too. 52 seconds to go. Panthers on top by 3, 54 to 51.
Vermont moms work.
This is championship basketball, my friend. 54-51, 52 seconds to go. Possession with Hazen.
If you're Coach Aaron Hill, what are you drawing up to get yourself the best look possible on this possession?
You know, somehow it's going to be, Xavier Hill's going to factor into this, but for some reason I think it's going to end up in Moodie's hands. He's selling it a little bit on the weak side of the floor right now. Well, instead going for the easy bucket to Gabe Michaud, who gets good positioning and just muscles it up. What? On top to Vance. The skip over to McGovern. Back out to Clay. Over to Vance. To Parkman, who gets fouled. Good patience by the Panthers there.
Great patience, yeah. Coach Hill was calling for a foul, 5 seconds before that.
So, Garrett, you told me Parkman 20 points on the night.
20 points on the night.
Going back to the foul line. Big foul shots. Gets the... When I say he used every part of that cylinder, he used every part of that cylinder. Just when I thought it was going to go off the front. Make it a 3-point game. A shot is up and no good. Here come the Wildcats. Ball in the hands of Xavier Hill. 17 seconds to go. Lemaire. Hands off to Hill. Where's Moodie? He's down on the baseline. And Aaron Hill wants to talk about it. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. What more do you want? 8 seconds. We're just going to call it 9. 8.9 seconds. 2-point lead. Big missed foul shot by Parkman.
Yes. So
we're going for 2 to tie or 3 to win it?
I don't think. I mean, if the ball is in Xavier Hill's hands, whether he takes it down to the block or if he's got Moodie out on the wing, I think either shot is a viable option for both.
Maybe I'm off by one possession because I was calling for it to go into Moodie's hands the last time down the floor for Hazen. I mean, the young man has 5 threes on the night. Xavier Hill, a couple of threes. Hey, got to see what the defense gives you. 8.9, 2-point lead. Inbounding it is Gabe Michaud. Loses a handle on it right away. And Vance right there to grab the Spalding. Leather and
tried to go with it before before he actually caught it.
So 4 fouls on Hazen at 7.1. Ball in the hands of Clay. Just 1 second off the clock. Nothing bigger than foul shots.
They
and
win
I gotta
you
tell
games, they lose, and they can absolutely lose games for you. But
Carl Parton predicted the semifinal game, Hazen Winooski, it would be a foul shot to win it, and it indeed was. Amazing. So, first shot by Clay, uses all the cylinder. So Coach Gray wants a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it right here. 3-point game. Nothing is going to be bigger than this second foul shot to make it a 4-point game. Buckle up on behalf of the VPA and Vermont Office of Highway Safety. Remember, traffic safety is a team sport. Buckle up to and from your team's events. Let's get home safely together. So the junior Clay will step to the line. 14 points on the night for Clay. All 4 Wildcats back at the other end. shot by Clay is nothing but the bottom of the net. And Parkman steals the ball, shuffles it to Clay, just run out the clock, and run out the clock they do. And the Thetford Panthers complete bedlam here at the Barry Auditorium.
These teams split during the regular season. The rubber match goes to the Thetford Academy Panthers. What a great game played by both of these teams. Rich in, basketball state championship tradition. What a great game played by both teams.
Absolutely amazing game. These are the games where you do hate to see somebody lose, but this is what state championship basketball is all about. Just an amazing game, 29-20 lead at the half for Hazen. And Carl Parton and Brandon Walker, nice call. Looking at the scoring for Thetford, I unofficially have Hunter Clay with 15, none bigger than his 2 foul shots at the end. Dempsey McGovern with 8 points, Dylan Vance with 4, Mitchell Parkman with 22. 21, thank you, partner. Sam Parkman with 2 huge threes to round out the scoring. I'm going to kick it your way for the Hazen score.
Hazen scoring, you got Brendan Moodie with 16 points on the night. Big game for him, bouncing back from that semifinal game. Jamison Lamar, huge buckets for the freshman. He had 6 points on the night. Leading scorer for Hazen tonight was 17 points for Xavier Hill. All of his points in the second half coming at the free throw line. Sullivan LaFlamme with 2 points on the night. Gabe Michaud with 7 points. And Ryan Morrison rounding out the scoring for the Hazen Wildcats with 5 points on the night.
And a split during the regular season, but the state